Welcome back, babes. Welcome back. It's your host that do the most, Sunshine, and we're here on the Ripdamic show. And today our special guest is Anray. How are you?
How you doing, Sunshine?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing great over here.
I'm glad. That's good. That's all we always want to hear that, right?
Yes, indeed.
So you ready to get down to the nitty gritty?
Man, I'm ready. I'm
All
ready.
Okay, cool. So Anray, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Spent a lot of time in South Jersey as well, but originally from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you grow up in like a 2-parent household?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your mom and dad, they're both from Philly then?
Yeah, both of them from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. And we were talking about a little bit of heritage. You said you're Filipino?
Yes.
Okay.
My grandmother on my father's side, full-blooded Philippine.
Okay.
So
we're low-key cousins.
Yeah. I eat a lot of rice. I love rice.
I love rice. But it got to be jasmine.
There you go, jasmine rice. I ate some jasmine rice last night. You know what I mean?
For real? Me too. Okay, so what was life growing up like for you in a 2-parent? Did you have siblings too?
Yes, I did.
Okay, in 2-parent household.
Yep, it was me and my 3 brothers and sisters.
Okay,
so 4 of us all together. It was fun, man. It was always exciting. We had one of them households that could have been on a soap opera. You know what I mean? You had the young and the restless, a little bit of the bold and the beautiful.
Okay.
A little bit of chaoticness, a little bit of but a lot of love.
Perfect conglomerate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so what was like life for you as a kid in the school system all the way up until like high school, college, whenever you finished?
Well, in Philadelphia, a lot of people don't know in Philadelphia, of course we know about the streets and they say it's the city of brotherly love. We know about how everybody is into the style and stuff like that. We are real competitive. But the school system, it was a little different to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I spent a lot of time in South Jersey. So in South Jersey, I give a shout out to everybody that I grew up with in South Jersey. Williamstown, South Jersey. What's up?
A shout out to you, Williamstown.
Yeah. I encountered a lot of racism when I first went over to South Jersey. Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Those early days helped shape and mold me to the person that I am today. You know what I mean? I know, we live in a country where racism is the culture.
It's still living, for sure.
It's the norm. It's vibrant. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. Like our old leaders used to say in the 60s and 70s, in the 70s. They just disguised it. They know how to camouflage it a lot better.
Yeah.
You went from colonialism to neo-colonialism. You know what I mean?
That's deep. And it's ironic that you say that because not to make it about me, I've never dealt with racism.
Wow. Because
I was living on the island at the time.
Okay, yeah.
So then when I moved to Cali, everyone in Cali is pretty laid back, free spirited.
Yeah.
So then in 2000, I want to say 5 or 6, we ended up, my father decided moving us to Arkansas. That was the first time I was ever called a nigger.
Sheesh.
And see, my father is Caucasian, so he always taught us when we were young, because he was a SEAL. So he always taught us like, words are just that.
Yes.
Unless you allow them to conflict your emotions. So when the kid called me the N-word, I was like, huh? I was more confused because I don't resonate with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But my friends that were, I was friends with predominantly Black people.
Yes.
I love them. They're amazing. All of you. I love all of them. So they didn't play that. They grabbed him up real quick, slammed him. Jonathan Womack, I will never forget you. And I will never forget you, Kevin Ross. So, just to be in that situation, it was relieving that I had them to protect me, but I didn't need it. But at the same time, it is sad that we go through that. So what was that like for you?
It put me in a position where at a young age, I had to learn how to maneuver around that type of stuff, because I had some white friends that I was real cool with.
Yeah.
Like when I went into the military.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. When you say your dad was a Navy SEAL, I actually tried out for the Navy SEAL.
How was that? Wow. He told me you was a beast.
Yeah. He told you about Hell Week and all that. Yeah. I didn't make it.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I couldn't stay in that freezing cold water but so long. You know, the blackness in me was like, nah, you're not doing this.
You got me fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I learned how to maneuver through it and the whole nine, and I learned how to place things where they are. All people aren't bad or thugs and as they say, thoughts because we're black. You know what I'm saying? And all white people aren't racist because they're white. You know what I mean? It depends on the individual. But, you know, I stick mainly with my own kind and my people because that's where I feel most comfortable with. That's where I feel I can relate to. You know? Yeah.
So with you having to deal with that once before, however many times.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to deal with that in music? Because in my honest opinion, I feel like that's very much, it's even harder in my opinion, because you're dealing with people of higher power, you know?
Yeah. Well, the people with a higher power, when you talk about the race dynamic in music, it's controlled by, you know, races other than black for the most part. You know, radio, you know, who controls the FCC.
Right.
And, you know, the major record labels, who's going to determine what kind of deal you get and what they want to be put out and what they don't want to be put out. It's all censored. So, when you get down to the artists, no matter what color you are, we all love music.
Yeah.
We all love harmony. We love frequency. We love artistic expression.
Right.
So, you know, the artists all get along. I met some real cool rockers, you know what I mean, that do rock music, heavy metal, all that type of stuff. And when we go out and do shows, we party together, we drink together, that type of stuff. But, you know, when you get into the hierarchy of music and the industry, of course, it's controlled by people outside of us that want to control the message, that want to control the algorithm, that want to control what's being put out to our people. Our music has been weaponized.
Yes.
It's been weaponized to target certain specific
demographics
and communities.
Sure.
Yes.
For sure. I agree.
Especially ours.
Yeah. It's crazy that you say that, because and then once they get into the labels and have them sign the contract, now it's like they own you and you have to do what they, you know, it's crazy.
You know, real quick, I don't want to, you know,
no, come on,
because I know we want to spend time on certain things and move on to the next subject.
We're good.
Back
this
in
is a safe space.
Okay, well, I love that. Well, back in like 98, between 98 and like 2000, I was dealing with a couple record labels that was looking at me when I was in South Jersey, matter of fact. And I would travel back and forth with a bunch of my brothers and you know, fellow musicians from Philadelphia and that surrounding area. We would go back and forth to New York, and we were dealing with Epic Records at the time. We were also dealing with Sony Music, and we were dealing with Def Jam.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And you know, we had a group called the Big East Conference that I was with. Shout out to Cy Scott. Shout out to Vin Rock, a.k.a. Showboat. They just call him Boat now. And rest in peace, T-Law.
Rest in peace, and shout out to all of you.
Yeah. And they wanted me to conform my music. My music always been music of purpose, music of you know, of intention. You know, the intention of raising the frequency, raising the vibration, getting in touch back with the soul. You know, that Stevie Wonder that we like to listen to, that Earth, Wind and Fire, that Luther Vandross, and bringing it into the hip hop music so we can groove and you know, I like that type of stuff. But I always had to address the issues that I faced in the community, that I see my people facing in society. And they didn't want that at Epic Records. You know, they loved my music, but they wanted to control what I was saying. The same thing with Def Jam. The same thing with, you know, with Sony Music. So, yeah, you know, I tried to change my music, my message, and what I was doing, and that's the worst thing I could have ever did. That's selling your soul. Because you're trying to get a deal. You're trying to get famous. So you are willing to compromise what's really who you really are.
Right.
To get in that door, you know that where they're dingling that fame, that fortune. And once I did that to try to compromise my message, I lost it. Like I would wake up in the middle of the night writing music. I hear music. I hear the words, everything. And then when I did that, I lost it. And that was the most emptiest feeling I ever had. When I couldn't feel that, when I couldn't wake up in the middle of the night and feel that. And it was like, wow, once I got it back, it took like 3 years to get it back. Honestly. I wasn't sure I was going to ever get it back.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was real scary. It was a real empty feeling. But
So like with you going through that experience, like how did you motivate yourself to love to be able to create music, artistically again?
I ran across...
Because that's deep.
Yeah. I ran across some brothers in Camden, New Jersey. It's right across. You got a bridge that separates Camden, New Jersey. The Delaware River separates Camden, New Jersey and Philadelphia. And I ran across some brothers that lived in Camden, New Jersey. As soon as you cross this bridge, you're right over in Philly, and vice versa. You're right over in Camden.
Right.
And they asked me to get on a mixtape. They heard some of my music from back, and I ain't done music in like 2 years now. So I was like, I don't got no new stuff. And they was like, yo, just send us some of your old stuff. Let's see what you got. They heard one of my old songs, like, yo, get us something else. I gave them something else. Then after that, they was like, okay, look, we want to put 3 songs on this mixtape, and then we want to record some new stuff with you.
You fire.
Yeah. So I was like, they twisted my arm and got me to get back out there. And I, like I said, I had lost it. So once I got back around that feeling, around people that were coming from that pulse inside of them, that heartbeat, what they really were, they wanted to express what they was going through, what they was experiencing in the streets at that current moment. I was able to tap back in, just being around that music and watching them create. I was able to tap back in. And then once I got that crack back open, well, I kicked that crack. I kicked it wide open, and bust through there. I said, I ain't never going back.
Take me through that.
I was in the sunken place.
I'm glad you got out, though.
Yeah.
Literally. Because that's a scary situation. Like, just to even hear you express it and talk about it, it's just so unfortunate that things like that actually really still to this day takes place. So with you having to experience it, I appreciate you sharing your story. I commend you. I give you your flowers. But I do want to ask, for those that might be in that situation today, what is your advice for them?
I would say stay true to yourself, because the industry will take you in.
Alive.
They will take you in, suck you up alive, like Sunshine just said, and spit you out. Suck you in, chew you up, spit you out. And once they done with you, they just gonna discard you and then pull in somebody else to do what you can no longer do.
What you should have done for them.
Yeah, exactly. What you are no longer able to do or fulfill for them. They get out of you what they want. You get out of it what you want. Make sure you get what you want out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And definitely research and do the work when it comes to business. And I can't stress it enough, because a lot of people has lost their way with reading. Reading is such a fundamental, come on, man. You guys have to start reading. And even if you don't want to, find you an attorney or a lawyer that doesn't mind doing the homework for you. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for everything. So take into those consideration how serious this really is for you, because a label is a big thing and you don't want to fall into the hole of abyss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when did music start for you? Like, when did you decide, hitting them bars and ripping into the mic? When did that happen for you?
I grew up in a house that just loved music. My uncle was John Whitehead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was with the group McFadden Whitehead. They sung the song "Ain't No Stopping Us Now." So that was my uncle. Shout out to Uncle Toot. Rest in peace, soar in power. So I grew up around music. I grew up around people that love music. My cousin, shout out to KD, aka Kid Divine. He just goes by Divine now. Nut, everybody know him as Nut. He actually got me started doing music, because he would just freestyle, and I just be like, wow, this dude is incredible. He could say anything, talk about whatever you got on, and make it sound so dope.
I like that.
Yeah, so he got me into doing it, and he taught me how to always think 3 words ahead if you're freestyling. So if you end off with rat, then you gotta come up with something that's gonna rhyme with that. So you just gotta fill in the words that's gonna lead you to the next word that's gonna rhyme with that. So I started doing that and playing with it, and then he was always freestyling. I started writing. I always I had so many thoughts. I was like, I don't want to lose this. So I started writing. But shout out to my cousin Nut, aka Divine, with Brickyard. Shout out to Brickyard. Shout
out to y'all.
Yeah, they gave me a shout out. They put me on, helped me get started, and I never look back.
I know that's right. So what are some things that you're working on in 2026 that you don't mind sharing?
Well, right now in 2026, I'm working on the Anray, or should I say the 360 experience.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And actually that's a movement that Carisha, the diva, came up with.
I love that. Yeah. Shout out to Carisha, too.
Yeah, when she came up with that name, I was just like, dang, that's dope, yo. You cinematic with it, Yeah. And Yeah, so I've always been about 360. 360 meaning mind, body, and soul.
Right.
I'm one. You know what I mean? Past, present, and future. We all one. We women, we living right now in the present. You know what I mean? It's all combined. The ancestors lived through me. Those coming behind us. You know what I mean? They, I'm speaking for them. I'm speaking for all of us, So, that's what 360 means. And this is the 360 experience. Tapping into the soul. That's the album I'm working on, the 360 experience.
So how many songs is going to be on your album?
I haven't figured it out yet. It's probably going to at least be 13 songs.
Okay.
The reason why I use 13, I don't know if you know anything about Masonic, Masonry or anything like that.
Yeah.
About the 13 stars on the dollar, the 13 stripes. The eagle has 13 arrows in one hand and a leaf with 13 leaves. I mean, and the other claw has a branch with 13 leaves and 13 berries on it. If you look at the $1 bill, the 13 stands for, Jesus had 12 disciples. The 13th one was, that divine power, which was the Christ, the hidden one, and that started in ancient Kemet, which is the real true African name, but what the Greeks called Egypt. So it wasn't really, originally named Egypt. It was called Kemet, and they were sons of Ma'at, the mother. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or balance, harmony, reciprocity, justice, righteousness.
I know that's right.
Yeah, that's 13 songs is probably what I'm going to move with.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like that. I think you should, because not only does it resonate with you, it kind of hits home for me, because I'm really in tune spiritually. So and then I see that what you have on your neck.
Oh, yes.
So for the audience, what is that?
This is just a clear, not a clear, but it's a quartz crystal. It's a quartz crystal. Of course, wrapped in copper. Copper, is a conductor of electricity. Yeah. It's gonna and the quartz charges it, it amplifies that energy within you or whatever. So quartz is one of those crystals that's so important because all of the crystals and the minerals are important. All they come from the earth. Yeah. So we come from the earth.
Absolutely.
That means everything that's in the earth is in us in small trace amounts. So when our ancestors wore these amulets, wore these gemstones, wore these crystals, they were just amplifying the powers that they already had inside of themselves. We already got all this stuff. But some of these stuff, they just enhance and magnify those protective powers, those protective energies, those intuitive energies, those balancing energies. You know what I mean? That harmony. So, yeah.
You dropping gems, history, oh my goodness. Today is a great day, ain't it?
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful day. Hey, the universe made way, so yeah.
Yeah, my first stone is actually the one my father gave me, which is a tiger eye.
Wow, that's a powerful stone, and that's a protective stone right there. Yeah.
So it really sits home, to see.
So what made your dad get you that? Could I interview you?
Everybody seems to switch it a little bit for me. That's fine. Yeah. Honestly, I never really asked him, but he's deceased. Okay. So I don't. I just know that when I was young, I would always have dreams that would come to fruition often. And my mom, I'm not going to say too much, but my mom would always really watch me. Yeah. But every time I would go to sleep, I would always have nightmares, but I would feel like something grabbing onto me. So I'd always go in my parents' room and sleep. And so when I got older, he just thought to give me a tiger eye stone. I never really asked him, but to me, it always meant so much. So I also have a tiger eye ring, but I'm going to have to get another one.
You would be surprised because I started I got a tiger's eye ring that matches a big chunky tiger's eye bracelet. Okay. And a tiger's eye crystal.
And I have a bracelet too,
plate. Oh, yeah. And my wife wears a lot of tiger's eyes and crystals and stuff like that too. But that's why your father gave it to you, because he wanted to protect you. That energy right there is a protective energy, that tiger's eye, Wow. And so empowered to your dad.
Thank you. Yeah, because growing up, people are always drawn to me. I don't know if it's because of who my mother is in our culture or anything like that, but it was just, for me, it's overwhelming because I'm an introvert for a Leo. Yeah. And just being around too many people, it's a lot for me. Yeah. So, yeah.
She's a Leo.
Are you? Oh, clock me. Your queen is a Leo. I know that she is one in a million.
Shout out to the Leos.
Yeah, shout out to the Leos. So other than you sharing your album, are you doing a whole single rollout too?
Yeah, I'm actually,
working on that right now.
Yeah. Okay. I actually put out a single already, but I want to reintroduce it because it's such a powerful one. And, with me and Crystal going back and forth on which one we should do. But but I believe it's the song I want to go with is called "Let Your Words Be Your Truth." It's a powerful song. It's real soulful. And it speaks. It's saying something deep. It's saying something deep.
It says it on its own, for real. So I really love it. I definitely want to be there. So let me know whenever you do your rollout.
I definitely will.
Yeah, because you and Red Fidel.
Red Fidel is amazing.
You guys are so amazing. No, both of you are, because I went to your page and I seen your songs too.
Yeah.
Me being from a different culture, I don't really know much of many rappers, but I definitely did my research. You guys are so amazing.
Thank you.
You guys are such lyricists. It's just like the way it just.
Yeah.
You guys have such a way with words, and then to put it in music, it just, and then bruh. You know what I'm saying? Drop the mic moment. Yeah, I definitely want to be there when y'all have your rollouts for sure.
Definitely. We appreciate that. We appreciate it. And trust me when I say you haven't heard nothing yet.
I know. I'm so elated. I'm really excited. And I definitely want you guys to be a part of our music award that we're going to have this year.
Wow. Okay.
So when we set the date, I'll definitely inform Carisha so she can let you both know.
Please do.
Yeah,
please do.
I would love that.
To be there and support in any kind of way I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for all the audience and fan base, can you let them know where your social media handle is so they can follow you?
Yes, my social media is ANRAY360. That's ANRAY360 again. Anray360 on IG. I'm on YouTube. I'm on all the streaming platforms. You pull it up and you type that in, you'll see me. You know what I mean? But at the 360 at the end, you put the degree sign next to the 0, and that's when you'll get me. You know what I mean? You're gonna see it with the 360 as well, but the degree sign. Yeah.
So y'all already heard it here first on the Ripdamic Show with your girl Sunshine and our guest Anray.
Yes.
Oh, that was amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate you.